We always don't know why we did it this way. Wait a minute, what did he say there? Anyway, let's talk about something sacred in marketing these days, and it is the holy ritual of doing things. Why? Well, because we've always done them that way. So, marketing teams in older organizations are often governed by an unspoken law of inertia. We've always done it this way. This is the way it's always been done. But then you ask someone why, and suddenly the room, well, it gets real quiet. That workflow? Yeah, nobody remembers who created it. That monthly report, the one that no one's read since the last Twilight movie hit theaters? Yeah, somehow it keeps getting made and sent around via email to senior leadership. It's legacy, baby. Somewhere along the line, the rationale and the people behind those decisions vanished. But the rituals, well, they stuck around. And you know the type, right? The report that nobody reads, the workflow with 6 approvals, 3 of which come from people who no longer work there, that one dashboard that's updated religiously but hasn't influenced a single decision since the Obama administration. We don't know why we do it this way. It's just the way we do it. Somewhere between the reorgs, the tech upgrades, the general entropy of corporate life, well, the people who knew the why, they left. And all we're left with now is the shadows of their decisions. And now enter AI, stage left, cue dramatic music, please, because now we're not just confused, we're automating that confusion at scale. We've swapped out the humans, people with opinions and memory and the occasional passive aggressive comment at the water cooler, for tools. Tools that are fast, tireless, and utterly clueless about why that 5-step review process even exists. You see, AI doesn't come preloaded with context installed. It doesn't come preloaded with wisdom installed. It learns from what we feed it, and what we're feeding it is a system that no one actually understands. So yeah, the machine does keep on running, and now it's faster and more efficient than ever, but it's now running on amnesia and nobody's steering the ship. You see, there's kind of a mantra that's built up in modern marketing over the last few years. We've got tools. Who needs people? But here's the thing, those tools, well, they only remember what was documented, the final version of the deck, the sanitized quote, the final version of the creative brief, the approved messaging. They didn't go through the process, not the heated whiteboard session, not the war story from sales, not the brand team's blanket ban on the word innovative after somebody used it 42 times. We have to remember that when we replace people with technology, any technology, we're not just automating tasks, we're quietly erasing institutional memory. And yeah, there is a real value in that swap. We get efficiency, we get scale, maybe even effectiveness, but there's always a cost too, usually hidden and most always delayed. Tomorrow's AI might crank out the perfect blog post, but it doesn't understand the context of why the blog exists at all. It doesn't remember that it was sparked by a heated debate, a creative debate in this wonderful conference room where we had pizza. That's strategic memory behind the lines, and it vanishes the minute a person walks out the door. No machine is ever going to bring that back. Every time we replace a person with a platform, with a technology, we're not just scaling, we're also scrubbing the institutional memory of why any of this mattered in the first place. Now, let's be clear, this isn't all AI's fault, right? It's just getting started. The forgetting started long ago. It's just that now, well, now, AI and the institutional memory, yeah, it's got an espresso machine and a TikTok account. I mean, somewhere in your org, there's a weekly newsletter that no one admits to writing, a 17-step content approval process that dates back to, well, when the iPhone 8 was still around. What happens when nobody questions it? What happens? Well, you get what I call zombie ops. Yeah, that's dead processes that just refuse to die, draining time, draining budget, draining brain power. It's how a team starts out differentiated and ends up disconnected, how a roadmap starts as a strategy and ends as a ghost story. So what do we do? I mean, how do we fix this? Well, yeah, it's a bit like trying to understand the change of seasons by looking at the current temperature, right? I mean, it's work, deep dive work. This isn't just a pivot. It's not just about refresh the messaging, refresh the documentation. All that is marketing gentrification. You know, put up some shiny signage and get a PowerPoint and pretend the foundation isn't crumbling beneath our feet. No, what we need is a reset, a deep one. And here's how you can start. 1, audit like an archaeologist. Treat your workflows like ancient ruins. Dig dig and label and ask, why did they build it this way? Document everything, even if the answer is, I don't know. 2, figure out what still works, because not everything is broken for sure. That janky webinar might still be pulling leads. That tired brand voice, well, it might actually resonate with the new audience. Keep the good, challenge the rest. 3, talk to the ancestors if you can. Find your former teammates, ask what made sense back then, and if you can't, reverse engineer their logic. There's a reason they made that decision. It might have been a good reason. Rebuild their why and update it. 4, design a strategy that the current team understands. In other words, create something people believe in, write it down, explain the why behind the choices. And 5, that's the big key piece here, tell the story. Don't just email out the PowerPoint of the new thing, roll it out like a rebrand, show people why this matters, build in the institutional memory. Phase it in is number 6, let it breathe. Institutional changes, it takes time. Pilot it, tweak it. Don't just rush out the rollout to meet Q3 KPIs. You're not in any hurry. Build the buy-in slowly, do it slowly. 7, institutionalize the wisdom. Make your knowledge shareable, living documents, mentorships, postmortems. Turn learning into institutional muscle memory. All right, you want a little more about this? Well, I wrote a whole piece on this here. And if my team, by the way, can help you, reach out. We'd love to help you put on your Indiana Jones hat and get into that archaeological dig together, even if it does mean, by the way, that there will be snakes, yeah. Remember, as you're getting into AI here, this is just going to exacerbate this problem. The lesson is this: AI doesn't remember what it never knew. So before we automate our way into irrelevance, let's ask better questions. Are we optimizing for speed, or are we preserving what makes us coherent? Slow down. Ask the messy questions. Invite your team to dig through the rubble with you. Because the only thing worse than repeating the past is repeating it faster. It's your story. Tell it well. I'll see you next week.